welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic.
And you're woo!
And we want to punch Jim Cornette in the face repeatedly until he bleeds because he's stupid. We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
It's really loud, by the way.
It is very loud. And that was a great intro right there. That was a wonderful intro to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast. But we have a quick video, and give me just 1 second. I will turn that down. Oh.
And as we go into this commercial break, I may need a Divas Revolution koozie just as a little teaser for this video.
I mean, you might. If you have one, you probably do. But anyway, we just wanted to come on and do a quick video. This isn't breaking news because it's already been broken, and I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember breaking news music anymore because it's been a while.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows this story, but WWE has broken down and is finally rebranding the Divas back into the Diva or the Women's Division and changing it from the Divas back to the Women's Division. I guess the story was originally broken by PW Insider and then confirmed by SEScoops.com. Apparently, a new Divas champion or Women's Championship has been commissioned. They said it's supposed to be very similar to the World Heavyweight Championship, just a little bit smaller, and I guess it's going to be on a white leather strap, which I think is going to be kind of cool. I'm excited to see it. And I guess it's apparently supposed to officially debut the new division, rebranding, I guess, the Raw after WrestleMania. So that kind of brings a lot of more excitement to the Divas Championship match, because whoever wins the championship match is kind of going to be the ones who retire and, retire the Divas Championship and bring in the new the Women's Championship, which is a huge thing. I think this is definitely good for the fans because we've wanted it for so long, but it's also kind of good for I keep saying divas, but for the ladies now, because this is kind of, if this is actually happening, this is kind of their coming out, I guess. This is this is their Divas Revolution, and it's going to be so hard to stop saying divas because we've been saying it for so long. But it's something new for them. Every generation kind of has their new thing. I guess the early 2000s, the mid to early 2000s was this John Cena spinner belt era, I guess you would call it. And now this is something new for the Divas going back to the women's division. Yeah, we just wanted to kind of talk about it. I have a few thoughts, but any initial thoughts on this news that we found out today? Well, we found out today, but
you always catch me with my mouth full. Sorry for the awkward silence, but this is something quite interesting. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing because when you think about, the term diva, we've kind of, been upset about it, and we've, wanted it changed, and we felt like it was kind of a derogatory type of a term. And when in actuality it really isn't in its true meaning. But I think, the way it was promoted by WWE, it kind of became derogatory in that regard, because I think we all kind of felt like, especially during this like Divas era, I guess we could call it, like they were just women who were pretty. Maybe they maybe they kind of took a little bit from the charismatic portion of the true diva meaning, but they were women who were pretty, who really couldn't wrestle, and I think that's kind of what we thought of when we thought of the Divas Championship. And honestly, I think this change could really help women's wrestling and WWE in general, just because bringing in a new title, a new term to kind of put with WWE, and their females, I guess you could say, is always a good thing. Anytime like you bring back a women's title, even if it's going to look different, it's still a good thing because people are going to be like, okay, maybe I can take this a little more seriously. Plus the butterfly thing, and that was kind of the overarching symbol of the Divas division, which that doesn't make me think you're any tougher as a woman. If you think about it, it's kind of it's kind of like a stereotype, a little bit, but it's definitely exciting news. I think it's gonna probably like immediately impact the women's division as far as like how we look at it, because I feel like even now, like we can feel like we're getting a good match on on a pay-per-view or on maybe a Raw or something from the Divas, but we still have that same stigma we had about it before, where it's not it's not where NXT is, because though it's the same people, it's still not where we want it to be. And I think this whole bringing back the women into it, bringing back the term women, and women's wrestler into it, I think will definitely help.
Yeah, and it's definitely a good change. Obviously for the female competitors in WWE, but it's also, I feel like, good for fans, and I don't mean women, the female fans, because I mean, nothing against the female fans, but I feel like it was hard in a way being a male fan with the Divas division, because me and DJ, obviously, we wanted the Divas division to be good. We wanted to be able to watch good Divas matches and stuff. But it's kind of hard to, say, oh, hey, I'm going to go watch this Divas championship match. Just saying I'm going to watch a Divas championship match, you don't feel kind of comfortable. It's not a comfortable thing to say, I guess. And I know that could be, oh, you're sexist, whatever. But no, it's just, there's nothing wrong with, just saying women's championship match. It feels less Barbie, esque, kind of like when I hear a Divas match, I think of like what my sister when she was younger, playing with little Barbies in like a wrestling ring. I don't think of, like wrestling matches with the women that we get on, and like DJ said, on NXT. Those we can take seriously. Those, are really good matches. But I think also, like DJ said, I think it's going to be an initial big change, but it's not going to be, I don't think, an instant, complete fix. This is going to be something that WWE is still going to need to take this ball and run with it. They're going to need to, book good women's matches, keep pushing the division. They can't just change the division and just automatically think it's going to, fix itself. They have to push it. They have to, build it up as the women's division. They have to build up the title. They have to build up the women in the division. It's like I said, it's not going to be something that's just going to change overnight just because you change the name of the division or you change the title. I don't think any title, does that, or any division. I mean, even you look at the Intercontinental title, they brought back the traditional, old school title, and it's still kind of, to an extent, just kind of, they're letting it go. But I mean, any thoughts on, them pushing the women's division? Because, WWE hasn't had the best, track record with women's divisions in general.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, like you said, and like I said too, it's gonna have that kind of immediate impact, but yeah, it's going to take some time. Because when you look at it, you know, wrestling fans, I've seen this, and you see it a lot. I feel like with especially TNA, because it's been kind of up and down over the past couple of years, or I guess you could even say past 5 years. You know, you got the whole, you know, they have wrestling fans have a really like long memory, which is weird because usually you say, you know, fans have short memories, or you say like especially like wrestlers you have short memories or whatever. You know, they always remember the bad times, so it takes a little bit for you to get back into it because you're always like, okay, I'm gonna watch this women's match, but you know, remember that time when they were the Divas, and this might just be like this, and then with that in the back of your mind, you know, you go into it with kind of in that mindset, and it kind of brings down your expectations for the match, which actually hurts your outlook on it a little bit. You look like you had something to say.
Well, you brought that up, and I think it goes both ways because I mean, yeah, they have, you know, long memories, but it goes with the good stuff too, but not in a good way. You know, the fans will be like, remember when this was good, when, you know, Lita and, you know, Trish Stratus were here, but that was long time ago. That was way before the Divas division. So it's like they don't remember the good things that happened recently. It's always the good things that happened a long time ago, or the bad things that happened, you know, a while back. You know, but then again, it's the nature of, I guess, wrestling fans. I mean,
What was your original question, by the way? I missed it. You remember?
I'm trying to remember what my original question was. Why don't you remember my original question?
Because I don't think I answered it.
Damn it, Justin. I'm trying to remember. We were talking about the initial change and how they're going to have to still, you know, push the division, and not just, you know, present the new belt and present the new division and then hope it, you know, goes it by itself. Because I feel like WWE does that a lot.
Yeah, it's I think, and that's one of those things where that, you know, they're gonna have to, and it's not like they don't know how to book a women's match to the point where it could be good, to the point of where it could be a match of the night. They just have to kind of take it a little bit more seriously. I think over the course of, what can you say, the Divas era, I guess. You know, over the course of that, you know, you've had all of these moments where it's just, you know, you get these 2-second matches, or you get these matches, especially at WrestleMania, where you get these matches with celebrities and they don't defend the title. I think, you know, you have to have some sort of importance with the title again, with that, especially with a new title, because once a new title comes into play, you know, not that its level of importance goes down, but, you know, people got to get used to saying this is the women's title, this is the new Divas title, I guess.
Yeah, and it's weird because, you know, obviously at the end of the day, it's WWE, and they have probably more money than, you know, Vince knows what to do with. But at the same time, they're still a business, and they still want to make money, and it doesn't make sense that they, you know, book this crap that they know isn't gonna, or they should know isn't gonna make money. Like you said, like the celebrities. How is that going to bring, you know, money? Like, yeah, it'll bring money for that show, or it'll bring money for that pay-per-view, but you're not, you know, putting the championship up. You're not putting these, you know, divas or superstars in the match with their T-shirts that, you know, then some kid is going to want to go on the website or to the merch stand and buy. You're throwing these celebrities that don't have a T-shirt to sell, that don't have anything to sell for the company except for that one show. It's not, you know, it's not building you money. And then also another thing is, you know, there's a lot of replica belt. I was thinking about this too when I read that they were commissioning a new championship. A lot of, you know, there's a lot of replica belt collectors that, collect the belts over the years, whether it's the spinner belt, the, old Big Eagle, the Intercontinental title, the tag team championships. And the one thing that I've noticed with a lot of these people who collect, the championships, the title belts, they want to collect a women's championship, but they don't want that stupid butterfly. You can't be a guy and, have pride in a butterfly belt on your wall. So I think that's going to be a good thing where, they're going to sell those replica belts because, obviously you see them everywhere. You see them at Raws, you see them at SmackDowns, people, holding their replica belts in the yeah. But that'll be, more money too. But there's a lot to this, and at the end of the day, it's WWE, so this could be a whole big hoax to get us excited for nothing. So I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but this is something that's definitely exciting me for WrestleMania, and then the Raw after WrestleMania. Hopefully they do, do this rebranding and debut it after WrestleMania. That would be a cool kind of moment. And like I said, it would be, kind of a passing of the torch to the new generation of women in WWE. The Sasha Banks, the Charlottes, the Becky Lynch,
I'm wondering how you feel about this, because I know you don't like her, but whatever. Let's just say no, and I'm just saying, because she is the longest reigning Divas champion.
No.
And will forever be, if they change this back, forever be the longest reigning Divas champion. And Nikki Bella can't return, apparently from the reports I'm hearing, can't return to the ring full time. What if she passed the torch to whoever it is? Because maybe this might be her time to retire, maybe. I know she probably doesn't want to, but if you can't return full time, it's kind of rough. And maybe, because, like, I know you don't like her, but I feel like she had improved a lot over the course of her title run. It wasn't all great, but over the back end, when she was probably in the most amount of pain with the injury she was going through, she did some really good things for that title. For a title that we've looked at as a joke for quite some time. She had some good matches with some people who we thought were some jokes too.
Who's also really good? They could pass the torch.
Eva Marie?
Brie Bella could do it.
But she's not the longest reigning. Okay, I was about to say defending, but reigning, not defending, Divas champ. I just feel like, because, they can both pass if they want to. They can act like they're the same person. Twin Magic one more time, for all of us. Which, the Brie Bella thing would make sense since they did say she might be retiring on the Raw after Mania. But I still feel, even if they did it together, Nikki needs to be there. The fact, she still is like the longest reigning Divas champion. We can hate, you can hate on John Cena all you want to, but if there was anyone to pass the torch to someone else, it would have to be Cena right now. Let's just say, God forbid, but it's gonna happen. Ric Flair dies. The closest person to him, John Cena.
No, Triple H. Triple H is the closest person to him. But AJ Lee, if they got her for one night, if they decide,
but she's technically not the longest reigning champion anymore, though.
Yeah, but and she's not Nikki. That's all. I don't know. Like, I'd be okay with it just because I feel like over the, lifespan of the Divas division, I feel like the one constant has been the Bellas. I think they've both been in the division the entire time it's been the Divas division. There's not really anyone that I can think of that else has been there the whole time. So to that extent, I could deal with it.
Who else would, like? So AJ Lee doesn't work for the company anymore, so they're not going to reach out to her. So who else could pass the torch from the Divas era? Because we're saying from one era to another.
Natty.
She hasn't done anything. Anything. like it's not her fault, but she hasn't done anything.
Foxy. Alicia Fox. Yeah.
I mean, I love Alicia Fox, but she hasn't done much either.
Shit. I think those are the only like originals left.
Paige, she won on the first night.
Eve Torres.
Maurice. They could just get the Miz and Maurice to do it. Right?
They could. I don't know, but this is definitely something exciting, you know, that kind of I feel like this is something that they kind of, you know, the fans have been fighting for so long. But at the same time, this could be, you know, just something to hype up WrestleMania and the Raw after WrestleMania, just because it's been, you know, until the card was officially announced, we were all, you know, kind of worried about WrestleMania just with all the injuries, all the, you know, everything. So we were like, this is probably going to be a shitty WrestleMania. So this could be something that they're just kind of, you know, all right, we have to do this just to make sure that, you know, WrestleMania and the Raw after WrestleMania aren't complete shit. But I don't think it will be anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any closing thoughts? Because
I just saw something really cool that I'm not gonna spoil for anyone on here. You know, if you're planning on watching Mania, I'll say it after we get off. But you know, I think it's obviously a good thing. We've seen the women of NXT go very far. And I think the first thing's gonna start with this match we're gonna get at Mania, because they should get a solid amount of time for this match. It's a triple threat match with three of the kind of workhorses from NXT. So you know, it's all gonna start with this match. And if this match goes over well with the crowd, which I know it will, you know, that's kind of one of their main things. It's like you know, WWE gets it when to a certain degree. Not all the time. You know, I'm not gonna give them too much credit, but you know, they get it when they know when like a new era is coming in. I feel like, and that's when they usually change the belts. You know, and you know, you have the Bellas kind of on their way out. Nikki is in a lot of pain, I think, right now. Brie, same way. You know, and you got Natalya they're not doing anything with. So I mean, basically all that's left is Alicia Fox, who we never know what they're going to do with her, and you know, the rest of the NXT, you know, women. So, you know, it's kind of a new era. So it's kind of that time to change, you know, to change the title, to kind of change the brand a little bit. You know, so I think, you know, I'm hoping that they're going to go with this direction, because I think the Divas thing has just kind of ran its course. You know, it's kind of like the spinner belt. You know, it was cool when it was first debuted, but then after a while, you know, why is everyone carrying John Cena's belt? You know, so eventually you got to change it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's the same thing with this. You know, the women of NXT and the women coming up to the main roster, they need a new brand. You know, and we got a lot of. I'm not sure how much Lana's going to work in the ring, because she's kind of a new one too. Obviously Emma just came back up, so you got you know, there's a lot of people fighting for this title, and then this title, this Divas title, and this newer title. So, you know, I think it's gonna be a kind of a small transitional period, but I think it all starts with Mania 32 and that match. We got two women's matches on a Mania, you know, and one and the title's actually on the line, which and you gotta think about it. WrestleMania 31, the title was also on the line. And then they had that invitational at 30. So, like, you know, they're trying at least. You know, they're at least trying a little harder, especially now we got a set match for the title. It should be good.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, you know, they have to keep, you know, doing it. They have to keep pushing it, and they have to keep having, you know, putting the title on the line at every pay-per-view that they do. They can't do this, you know, where they don't have it on, you know, this pay-per-view or that pay-per-view, but they have a women's match. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't work, especially when there's only one title for the women. Like if they're,
and I think one more thing about that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But one more thing about that. You know, I feel like, you know, only time they should do that is if the person's hurt. Like if the person's hurt and they want to keep the title on them, it's minor. You know, like tell us. You know, hey, you know, she's injured. You know, like it's not like the fans don't know anyway. You know, I think it's one of those things. Like the fans know a lot more than we probably should. So I feel like if, you know, if they're gonna do that, if they're gonna have a match, you know, maybe a number one contenders match with the champion, kind of, you know, because that helps too. You know, even having a number one contenders match on the pay per view, even though the title is not on the line because of some sort of reason, that helps too, because at least you got somebody fighting for something definite in the future for that title. I feel like that's didn't mean to interrupt you, but I did. So, you know, that was kind of my only point with that. Like, I mean, they can do it, but they can't be stupid about it.
Yeah, they still have to, you know, keep the importance of the division up. You know, like I was saying, if they had like a women's tag team belt or something like that, like the Knockouts used to have, then you could kind of, you know, not have a women's title match or a number one contender match if you had the tag team titles on the line, which I think is something that they should do, honestly. Just because it's unfortunate that, you know, I mean, yes, the women are going to have their title as they have, you know, always, but it's kind of unfair that, you know, the guys have, you know, the World Heavyweight title, they have the U.S. title, they have the Intercontinental title, they have a tag team title. The women have one belt, which I just think, you know, if they did have like a tag team title or a minor title for the women too, it would bring more, you know, more matches for them and more eyes on those matches too. Did you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was looking because I couldn't remember what the match was for 31, but same thing with this one. They had AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bellas, and I think who was the champion at this time? Can't remember, but one of these four was the champion at that time. Like that makes no sense. You know, it makes no sense to have the champion perform but not, you know, defend the title. And I mean, it makes sense for like a battleground or like a breaking. That's not a pay per view anymore. You know, a battleground or, you know, a fast lane. You know, it makes sense for like kind of those like but like, you know, those in between pay per views where like, you know, it's not important. It's not as important, but like the big pay per views, the title definitely needs to be on
the line. Yeah. And I think for a match like that, if you had a heel champion who said, you know, you don't deserve a title shot on so-and-so pay-per-view, like one of the minor pay-per-views, I could understand that, and they could still have a match where, you know, they earn the title shot at like a SummerSlam or a Survivor Series or something like that. But you definitely have to have the championship match at one of the big four pay-per-views. Or
can we petition the tag team titles to be changed, please? They've had these things since 2002. I don't think it's been that long, but no. That's what it said. It says that's what it says on the website. So it makes me think they've had them for longer. And oh god, please.
No. The pennies haven't been.
Yeah, they haven't been out that long. I don't. For some reason, that's the design they have that says. They say it's been out from 2002, which is not wrong, not right. I think it's based off of the name though. I think these were the SmackDown titles, and then they were changed to. Okay, yeah, I get it now. But can we you know, can we we just get a fan petition to change the paintings? I'm done with that. I've been done with that for a while.
I was done with that when it debuted. I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I think Cody Rhodes was in the tag team that brought that. I feel like it was Cody Rhodes and somebody that were.
Cody Rhodes did bring us the artist formerly known as Stardust. So
he did. I don't know, but yeah, they definitely. But again, one step at a time for WWE. It took us long enough to get them to change the Divas Championship and division back to the women's. I feel like we need to kind of choose our battles. But I think it's been a while. It hasn't been obviously since 2002. I'm gonna have to look that up.
2010. It's 2010. DX brought him in, actually. It says.
Oh, I loved you, DX. Why would
they
you
brought him in from 2009 to February 2010? It says.
Why would you do that, DX? I was DX for life, and then you did that, and why? Why would you do that? Anyway, but it's been a while for those two, though. 6 years. That's I don't know. It depends on the titles. They usually change them every 5 to 10 years, depending on the title. Unless it's like the Divas title, then they go 13 or something. But yeah, that's gonna kind of cut it off here, just because we kind of wanted to keep this short and sweet. But with videos like this, we kind of go on for forever. But yeah, this is just something that we're gonna have to. Hopefully, this is actually happening, and it's not just like an April Fool's joke early or something like that. Hopefully, this does happen, and I'm excited to see the title. I'm excited to see what happens in the first couple weeks, the first couple months, just to see what they do with it. But we will see you guys tomorrow, actually today now, for our WrestleMania 30 review on our final stop on our WrestleMania road trip. I'm excited finally, except for the fact that Justin is host. I don't know why I didn't just put myself at the end, because I started it. I should have ended it, and it was a mental lapse. It was a mental lapse. It really was. But anyway, we're excited for WrestleMania 32. All the build up and everything. Any thoughts before we say goodbye to these lovely people who?
I'm excited for 32 as well. It's Mania weeks always gets me excited. Hasn't been, I guess, this week has tried its best to be not the greatest of weeks, but I have stuck through it. I have pushed through it. It is Thursday now, so I'm hype. We're getting closer and closer. We got one more day until Takeover, so that's exciting. But yeah, I'm definitely excited going into the weekend.
All right. Well, follow the Twitters, like the video, subscribe, share, hug a friend, because hugging your friends is a good thing. It shows them that you care, and it shows them that it's okay to hug another man, and it's not gay. Which is okay, because it's anyway. We will see you on the flippity dippity. That got weird. I'm gonna end the video right now. Bye.